We play and call it work.
MiniWarGamer Dave here from MiniWarGaming.com. Welcome Wargamers to a new vlog series where I'm going to be showing you the progress of the new fantasy studio. I'm starting here in my studio, the very first one that was constructed here in this fashion here at MiniWarGaming, because I wanted to show you the progression and the epicness of awesomeness that will be the fantasy studio. Because I'm not going to lie, it's actually my favorite one that I am working on. Not that this isn't my favorite, it's just that it was the first of its kind. And so since working on this, we have done a lot of improvements, and I've learned a lot when it comes to the construction of life-size terrain, essentially, because that's what this is. And this it's not actually finished. This studio is not finished. What you're looking at is an unfinished studio, and the reason why it's unfinished is because I've seen more of what I like, and so I'm definitely going to be adding more. First off, it's not chaos enough. I want to chaosify it to the point where you come in here and it's unquestionable what resides in this studio. So this is the first. A lot of you have seen this already, featured in battle reports and just in the videos, the progress videos of building it when it was actually being built a number of months ago. Follow me to the Orc studio, that's the next one. At the same time, my office here was constructed similarly to the studio right next to it. But let's go to the Orc studio. Come follow me. I love this studio. It was the first one that I actually constructed myself. The first one over there that was constructed was Adam Rogers, Greenleaf Terrain. He constructed an idea that I had in my mind, whereas this one is something that I had in mind and constructed myself. He did the painting afterwards. So everything that you see here is just slapped together, true Orky fashion. It took me 6 days to construct this, and everything from the panels on the walls to the decorations on the sides. The actual air compressor is real, it works. Same with the exhaust vent in the corner. Everything works. This heater right here is an actual heater that plugs in and works. Not to be used right now because it's quite hot, it's still summertime. So this is the Orc studio, or the mech shop. Let's go on to the next studio that was constructed right after the Orc studio was completed. And this is the Warzone, or Matt's studio. This is the one that he primarily films in. And as you can see, it is a battle-ruined room that can fit multiple scenarios. Whether it's the Adeptus, what am I thinking of? I'm having a brain fart right now. Come on, the name of the guy. Imperial Guard, new name for them. Help me out, camera guy. Oh, Astra Militarum, there you go. Oh man, I can't believe it took me that long. This could be Astra Militarum, right in here. If Orc is over there, Astra Militarum is here. And all of the decorations fit the theme. It could even be World War II as well, but we don't play historical war games. We just do we just do the fun stuff. As if that stuff isn't fun. We just don't do it. And the sky up there, Chris painted. I have to point that out because it's just beautiful. I get really happy looking at it. And the overgrowth, of course, because it goes right out into the elements. And Adam Rogers painted it after I constructed it. So this was from start to finish, from scratch, construction built. I didn't write it down on paper. I kind of just built it as I went along. Same with everything that you see underneath here, like the crates, just kind of built it as I went along. Now, for the part that I actually want to show you, not that I didn't want to show you all this, I just want to build up to it, is the fantasy studio. I'm going to show you where that's going to be. Come on in. Right now we're in the middle of renovation because A, this studio is being constructed, and B, Chris is being moved to another room where my old office used to be. It's a confined space where he can control the lighting and the sound best in all of the offices. So that's why he's moving there, which is why all this stuff is here temporarily. But starting next week, I'm gonna have an entire week blocked off to construct and do construction in this room. So what you're looking at is the new fantasy room. It will be called the Forge, and the reason why is because it's going to be primarily a blacksmith shop. So picture this wall right here. This wall, the forge will be right here, right in the middle. So that's where the The fireplace is going to be built, and then props I'll show you afterwards in this video, but we have a massive anvil that we're going to include. I went to 7 different places to accumulate all of the different props that are going to be included in this fantasy studio in the forge. I also have, I'm going to build a bench right here, a blacksmith bench, and there's going to be tools and weapons on the wall up here. The windows will be covered. This one will actually be covered with stone, whether it's polystyrene or actual stone, I haven't decided yet, but it's going to cover the window. And then this will be like wooden shutters, because it gets pretty hot in here in the wintertime, so it has to actually open and have a practical purpose to it. So that'll be that. All wooden shutters to fit the theme, the fantasy theme. The floor will be stone. One of 3 things. It's going to be actual tile, or it's going to be a laminate, a 1 solid piece laminate, which is called, what's the name of it? No, like in your kitchen. It's 1 solid thing. Not called laminate. I'm trying to think of the construction term for it. Anyway, it's 1 solid piece that rolls out and you glue it down. Or it's going to be like the rubber resin type of material that looks like stone. Either way, it's going to look like stone. And I want it to look like stone because there's going to be a lot of wood accents in here. Like that whole workbench over there will be wood. The actual gaming table itself is wood. Shutters will be wood. This whole wall here that lies before me will be a massive cabinet slash alchemy shelf slash table to display your models on. So it's going to go really high, not quite to the ceiling because of that vent right there, but high enough so that you can store stuff really big. Steve is going to primarily be using this studio for his Age of Sigmar. Quirk will be using the studio as well for War Machine. And so it kind of fits both themes. But this whole area is going to be massive storage, so terrain and models, and in the middle will be the table to display models, and then shelving behind there with all of the alchemy stuff. So all your beakers and your vials and your skull and your powders and your mortar and pestle, all that stuff is going to be right there. So when you look at that, you think, hey, what kind of concoction can we build, can we create when we're looking at that? And where's the wizard? Who is the wizard? I would say Matt's the wizard. Out of everyone here, I can picture him. Not Steve. Steve's more of like a barbarian. Quirk? Not sure. I'm not sure about Quirk. What would Quirk be? He would be, I don't know. He's holding the camera right now. That's why I'm teasing him. But gaming table in the middle here. I'm thinking of putting like a wood beam up there and then like going across and then down again, because that'll give a good excuse to like hang weapons on or hang banners on. Something. I want it to be something. The walls themselves will be stone. So stone floor, stone walls. This door will be wood with kind of a stonework going around it with a keystone in the middle. I got this coat of arms at an antique shop that I'm going to be placing right here. And the sheer amount of decoration for this room is kind of incredible. In fact, I'm going to show you that right now. Hey, Colin.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Gorechild. So these are the decorations for the studio. Everything that you see here is real. I went to multiple places to get it, and I'm really excited to put it in the studio after the fact. This is really what's going to make it look authentic and real and awesome. Take a look at the anvil down below. That is a real anvil. Takes 3 dudes to carry it. Quirk knows because he was one of the dudes. And that stump right there next to it, that black stump, was actually used with it. That's why it's black. It's got safe brackets up top so that the anvil doesn't actually fall over. Not that you can move it anyway. I mean, kind of incredible. But everything you see here is going to be included in the studio. We got throwing axes, we have hammers, tools, belts, some cooking pots. These are what the dice will be in. So even the functionality of the storage of dice and templates will match the theme of the studio. Got a bell here to go over top of the door. This is the coat of arms I was talking about. It's gonna go right on the door. Probably get Chris to repaint it, maybe add some patina or whatever kind of effect to it to make it look older. This will be repainted because I don't know what that is. It doesn't matter. We're gonna create something, make it our own. Got some ingots down there, a couple chests. I'm contemplating whether or not these chests are gonna be functional or just aesthetic. Either way, they're gonna be included in the studio somehow, invisible. So this is all the alchemy stuff that you're looking at right now. I'm super stoked about this studio because of all of the stuff that's going to be included. It's going to just add so much authenticity. Take a look at the blacksmithing tools. We have these are actual blacksmithing tools that I got from a farmer in the country who used to make his own, I was going to say weapons, but that's not true. He made his own tools because he was a farmer. And so pretty cool stuff. But anyway, that's the start of the fantasy studio. There's a couple things that I need to work on, I need to know. One of them is creating a good effect on how to weather wood. I've looked at a bunch of articles and I've read comments already, but on this video, if you could leave a comment, if you know of a good method, not just a, hey, Google it method, but if you know of a method yourself and you've seen it, or if there's a particular link to an article, please do leave it in the comments below because I want to create weathered wood and not just wood that looks like it's been painted and then weathered. I want to actually make it look weathered. So I've researched the vinegar steel wool method and the baking soda method, and there's a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm gonna have to do some experimentation either way. But maybe there's a particular way where it can just look spectacular. Because I want it to look spectacular because it is, in my opinion, the most exciting one. It's the biggest, it's the most grand, and it's gonna look the most authentic. My goal is for people to walk in there and to be like, dude, you got an anvil. Like, I want them to be like, man, I'm inside a blacksmith right now. And there's a dude behind me with like some sort of smock, and he's shirtless and really hairy, and he's got a mask on, and I'm terrified right now. I don't know why people are even saying things. So please do leave a comment below. Thank you very much for all that you do and all of the support and watching the videos, and for the Vault members that enable us to do what we do here, and for these studios to be built, because without you guys, we wouldn't be expanding in the way that we are. And hopefully you guys are happy and satisfied with the way in which we are doing that. I know I am. It's very exciting. It's a very exciting time for MiniWarGaming, the most exciting time in our existence. That is my personal opinion, because we are just growing in ways that we have never done before. So thank you very much, and happy wargaming.